Welcome to another episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. I'm Jason, your host. Today we'll be discussing the 24-27 loss to the Rams. But before we dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get into it. It was really a rough ending to that game. I'd say the 49ers pretty much dominated the first half. The first half was all 49ers. Juwan Jennings, Jordan Mason, those were the two main key people in this whole game for the first half. Second half still had Juwan Jennings in it, but slowly but surely throughout the second half, Jordan Mason kind of disappeared. I'm not sure why. I didn't see anything about an injury. I looked it up before I started this program, and yeah, I couldn't find anything about an injury. Guerrero did get in there too. He had some good plays, good runs, good for him. Unfortunately, we had some bad plays too on all phases, especially that ending where we kicked off and the Rams got a good run back there near the end of the fourth quarter. That did not help us at all, and I'm afraid I don't like really hammering on players, but Ronnie Bell, I hate to say it, but he did very, very poorly this game. Let's see, what did he do? I'll bring up the stats for all the players here. There we are. So Brock, 22 of 30 for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he had the one fumble too, but luckily that fumble didn't cause any points. We got lucky on that one. Other than that, he did really good. Jordan Mason started out 19 carries, 77 yards, 4.1 average running. That's awesome. But what happened to him? In the second half, he just disappeared. I listened to some of the Coach Shanahan's post-game little presser thing. He didn't even mention it. Like I said, Isaac Guerrero, 5 carries, 19 yards. Not too terrible. That's pretty good for a rookie. And then, of course, Juwan Jennings. 11 receptions, 175 yards, 15.9 average, and 3 TDs. That's awesome. Any other place, any other team, and this guy is number 1 or number 2 wide receiver. Brandon Ayuk, 5 catches for 48 yards, average 9.6. That's still not horrible, but only 5 receptions. I don't know how many times he was targeted, but I know he was targeted more than 5 times. There was a couple that he could have caught and should have caught. The one that was just a little bit behind him, you could maybe blame it on Brock Purdy, but it was still a catchable ball, and Ayuk usually catches those. So he's still not quite back yet into playing, playing the right way, getting into playing shape. That's the word I was looking for. But he needs to get into his rhythm. And right here, Ronnie Bell, 1 reception, 12 yards. He was definitely targeted more than one time, and he dropped a lot. It was not pretty. I honestly, I still keep going back to, where was Jordan Mason? Why weren't you running the ball more in the second half? Juszczyk, he got a catch. Jordan Mason did get a couple catches. But, yeah. Who got some sacks here? Sacks. Javon Hargrave got a sack. Malik Collins got a sack. I'm not even trying to pronounce his last name. Okuwa, yeah. You know which person I'm talking about. 3 sacks we got. Nick Bosa didn't get a sack, but he was in there pretty much right with all of them. He was part of the reason the sacks happened. So it's just not very good. Jacob Cowing, Why wasn't he used as a wide receiver? Once you saw how many drops that Ronnie Bell had, it couldn't hurt to throw him in. I bet he could have done better. You never know. He could have done worse too, but Ronnie Bell was horrible. So, with that said, this definitely could have gone better, but it didn't. Where we are now officially 1-2. Rams are 1-2. I believe that the Seahawks won. Let's see that game real quick. See the scores. Bringing it up on the old computer here. Scores. All right, I'm going to switch over again. So I like this right away. Falcons are winning. The Giants, the Giants beat the Browns. Awesome. But let's go down to as soon as I find it. Broncos. Here we go. Seahawks. Seahawks killed the Dolphins. They're 3-0. The Cardinals. The Cardinals lost, so they're 1-2 as well. So head of our division is the Seahawks. We're going to have to fix that the rest of the season. We're going to have to catch that up. But yeah, we definitely need some improvements. Hopefully Kittle is back next week, and hopefully the week after that we'll get not only should we get Debo back, but maybe we'll get who am I thinking? I know this is who I'm thinking right here. Let me flip it over and put it up. Mr. Ricky Pearsall. He should be back for week 5. He's only on IR. He was on IR. He had to wait for, do the 4-week thing. Maybe even Christian McCaffrey might be ready for Game 5. So let's not all panic. We have had games. We've had seasons, recent seasons, where we've started 3-4, 3-5, and we still got to the NFC Championship. So there's no point in panicking. I watched a couple of things, people's reactions before I went up to eat dinner after the game. And yeah, there's a lot of unhappy folks, and it's understandable. I'm not really happy either, but it is what it is. We have to deal with what the outcome is. The positives to today's game, we saw what Juwan Jennings can do. We saw, at least in the first half, Jordan Mason still has it and still can cover. Hopefully he isn't hurt. Maybe it was just a scheme thing, and Shanahan said, let's just keep throwing the ball. But let's hope we get back to the running game the next couple of games and go from there. The Rams had some good plays. Can't deny that. They should have lost though. This wasn't. This was us shooting the team shooting themselves in the foot, and that's how we lost. It was a whole second half. I don't know what happened. The defense seemed to be like, oh, let's be lackadaisical in the second half. The offense, again, they didn't go. They should have stuck to the run game the whole game. I thought the idea was to 30 plus runs in a game, and we definitely didn't do that. So we need to pick it up on special teams as well. Mitch Wishnowsky, he did good. He had some good kicks, but it wasn't on him that the return, that especially the return at the end of near the end of the game, it happened. He was actually in there getting the guy out of bounds. If you watch that part, so better special teams. more defense in the second half. They can't just say, "Oh, we're doing so good," and then let all that happen in the second half. And the offense needs to stick to the run game. Run, 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 so it sets up the play action. I'm not sure what Shanahan was thinking on that. Maybe he was thinking that, hey, this is we're ahead. It's a good time to try some stuff. Whatever. That's what I see it has happened in this game. That the second half we got torched in the second half. Whatever the Rams decided to do with their adjustments at halftime, it worked. So the next game, go to a schedule here. Week 4. And we will be playing, as soon as I find it, New England. New England is they won their first game. They're 1-2. So we're 1-2. They're 1-2. But I think we have a better team all around than the Patriots this year. It's hard to say, yeah, we'll dominate them and all that, just because watching this game, hard to say that anymore. I would like to see us dominate them. I would like to see us destroy them like the Jets did. So let's hope for next week we do a bounce back game, get to 2-2, and start rolling over people from there. Get our confidence back. Week 5 should get us the players that we need back when we play week 5. Week 5 is Arizona. That's going to be a tough game. We're going to need people back. So we're going to hopefully get, like I said, Debo back, CMC back, Ricky Pearsall back. Hopefully Kittle is back by next week. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Either way, for the rest of the night, I'm going to start looking into our next game and see where we can hopefully improve. As I said, it's New England. They just got killed by the Jets on Thursday. They'll be a little bit more well rested, but I still think we can pull it off. It's at home. I think we'll have a better chance, and we're going to do better. That's all I can hope for, is that we're going to do better. We'll get our confidence back up, and it'll be better. So, with that said, until next week, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be throwing out a few shorts between now and next week. Those seem to be doing really well for me. So, you guys all have a wonderful rest of your night. Don't get discouraged. And go Niners!